Zion Williamson is cleared to play and will be making his first on-court appearance in Duke's game against Syracuse after bursting through his Nike PG 2.5s in the first minute of the game against North Carolina. And now, thankfully, he'll be sporting a new pair of shoes. What he traded his Paul George sneakers in for, coming up in a second. Hey everyone, it's Devin Howard. If you love getting the latest news about your top teams and athletes, then click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Zion Williamson is set to make his first appearance after that traumatic incident last month. The Blue Devils are likely thrilled about this. Zion has been their standout player, averaging 21.6 points, 8.8 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 2.2 steals, and 1.8 blocks, while shooting 68.3% from the field. He's also likely going to be a number 1 overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Dude's doing pretty well, even with that injury. The big question about the young player's return has been, what shoe is he going to wear? Well, we've got our answer. The Duke Blue Devils Twitter posted this picture of the player lacing up a brand new pair of Kyrie Irving's Nike 4S sneaks. Crossing my fingers he doesn't bust through these too.
Gotta spray.
If history can teach us anything, it's that he probably won't. This isn't the first time Zion has sported a pair of Kyrie's. The shoes seem strong enough to support the massive athlete, which means he likely won't have any more broken soles on the court. And for the record, if you thought Adidas was reveling in the fact that Nike suffered that PR nightmare, you thought wrong. They actually said they found no particular joy in the mishap, and that all it did for them was bring attention to their own products to make sure they're building and putting out the sturdiest shoes they can for the great athletes they sign. In other words, they had no intention of swooping in on Zion in his most vulnerable time. Just in case you somehow missed that whole shoe-breaking story, last month Duke faced off against their rival, the North Carolina Tar Heels, in what was certainly the most highly anticipated game of the college season. I mean, even Barack Obama was there. Obama, people! But less than 1 minute into the game, Zion ended up exploding out of his shoe and spraining his knee, an injury that kept him off the court until now. Ugh, it still makes me shudder watching it. After that incident, I definitely agreed with Scottie Pippen. A few weeks ahead of that Duke versus North Carolina game, he said he thought Zion should bow out of the rest of the college season and relax until the summer draft. Zion's NBA career is too promising for him to risk it by injuring himself in college basketball. But Zion's not in it for the money, fame, or elite status of going pro. The guy just loves basketball. When he heard Scottie's remarks, he brushed them off and didn't understand why he'd ever stop playing a sport he loved mid-season. He said, "I can't just stop playing. I'd be letting my teammates down. I'd be letting Coach K down. I'd be letting a lot of people down. If I wanted to sit out, I wouldn't have went to college. I came to Duke to play." But I'm not the only one who wishes he'd take it easy until the summer. So does Eaton Thomas. He said, "It doesn't make business sense for him to continue playing at this point. All he's doing is putting himself at risk for injury and making a lot of money for Duke." But Zion's not taking anyone's advice, and now he's back and ready to crush it. Even though I wish he'd sit back, I'm excited to see him play again. He's pretty spectacular. So now the Duke player will be joining his team today for the ACC tournament opener against Syracuse. It would be smart if Duke didn't rely too heavily on Williamson in his first game back. He'll probably need some time to settle in before he reassumes his role as the top player on the college team. But once he is fully adjusted, he'll go right back to shocking us with his impressive speeds and ridiculous blocks. All of this means that Zion will be back up to speed once March Madness rolls around. The Blue Devils are a championship contender, largely because of Zion's insane talent, but regardless, it'll be very exciting to watch. I'll be keeping an eye out on the Blue Devils and hoping Zion doesn't get hurt again. What do you guys think of Zion's new kicks? Should he really be playing again? Chat about it in the comments and then click subscribe.